Greetings everyone and welcome to this video on plots for the TOST. After going through the input options, setting the equivalence region and obtaining plots, we can now proceed to interpret this equivalence bounds plot. The solid circle in the center represents the sample mean difference between the two groups. The vertical lines represent the 90% confidence intervals as discussed in the previous video, which differ from 95% confidence intervals. The shaded regions represents the equivalence region that we have selected. In this case, it is a raw bound from a -3 to +3 mischievous acts, above which any above or below which we would consider the data to be meaningful. Let us now discuss the interpretation of such an equivalence bounds plot. There are four possible outcomes of a study and which has been analyzed by TOST. The effect can be statistically equivalent and not statistically different from zero. In this case, we have the same interpretation. This effect is statistically equivalent because this lies, the 90% confidence intervals lies between in this shaded equivalence region, and it is not statistically different from zero because 90% confidence interval includes zero as shown in this table, this raw data. So it crosses zero. Hence, they are not statistically different from zero and they are statistically equivalent. The second outcome is that it is statistically different from zero, but they are not statistically equivalent. That is, the 90% confidence interval does not cross zero and they are not statistically equivalent because this 90% confidence interval also crosses this equivalence region. The third outcome is that they are statistically different from zero but statistically equivalent. That is, a 90% confidence interval lies within this shaded region but it does not cross zero. And the fourth outcome is that it is undetermined. It is neither statistically different from zero nor is it statistically equivalent. So to conclude equivalence as in the first scenario, which is the scenario in this our case, the 90% confidence interval around the observed mean difference, which is the central solid circle, should include the upper limit which we have set and should exclude the upper limit which we have set and exclude the lower limit which we have set. That is, it should lie within the shaded region. So in our case, we have a significant result as seen in this table, that is both the upper bound and the lower bound. Considering both these, the highest p-value is still significant, which is still less than 0.05. So a significant result in a TOST test actually signifies that the two groups are equivalent and they are not statistically they are statistically equivalent and they are not statistically different. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.